Hi, I'm Rosie. I'm 24 years old and I am a singer-songwriter from New York.
I fall too hard and I break too easy and I'll come apart.
This song is called Big Heart, and I'm particularly excited about this one because it feels a little bit like this song was written for my younger self, because this record is all about what it's truly like, what it really feels like for me to be a sensitive person. And I think so many people in this world are sensitive and have just not either expressed it or not found a way to express it. And I didn't know that until it started gaining traction and I started seeing like thousands, hundreds of thousands, like now it's over millions, where it's like you're seeing all these people respond. And so that to me feels like a really big step as people, like we get to admit and be honest about being deeply feeling. And so that's why I'm particularly excited about this experience. I think it's raising awareness on sensitivity and just what it feels like to have a big heart. The beauty of being a musician is that as I change and grow, my music changes and grows with me. And so I have done a lot of work on myself in the last, I guess it's been a year, a little bit over a year since we talked last. And all that work has definitely made its way into my music. And because of that, it has, and hopefully will continue to be just like such a positive experience. And yes, it is all it's cracked up to be, 100%.
So why is it hard to be the bigger person? I'm just hurting. I keep trying to justify the way you left and it's not working. Don't deserve it. Swear to God you're hurting me on purpose. And maybe it's my fault because at your worst I see the best.
I mean, my passion for writing is just as strong, if not stronger, but I'm definitely writing from a place of confidence as well as vulnerability. I think when I kind of first started out and as I was going into my first record deal, publishing deal, and just making my way into the industry, I think I had a lot less confidence and I was a lot less self-assured. And now when I write and even just the way I sing, I think there's a lot more Rosie in it, if that makes sense. It's overwhelming, but it's overwhelming in every way. It's overwhelmingly scary. It's overwhelmingly, incredible and awesome and wonderful, and it's emotional, you know what I mean? Because you're like, wow, I pour my heart out and now all these people are pouring their heart out back to me. But the overall feeling, it feels like you're, cliff jumping into like gorgeous water, and like when you're jumping it's really scary, but when you like hit the water you're like, that was the coolest experience ever. And that's to me what it feels like when you have people singing your own music back to you.
Love you more than the bad days ahead. I love you more than the nights that we ended with sweat.
Has my audience changed? I think, of course, I would hope over the past 4 years it's grown. So in that way, maybe it's changed in size, but the ethos and the energy of the crowd to me is the same as it was when I was playing for, 5, 10 people versus a couple hundred versus a couple thousand, like the only change is that we're growing in size, I would hope, right? Hypothetically, but the energy is the same, the kindness. I happen to have very kind fans, which is something people have pointed out to me. It's so important to me to connect with people on a human level, on a one-to-one ratio, you know what I mean? Like, I obviously have other things going on, and so I may not be able to personally answer things every single day, but I do my best to keep it front of mind no matter what I'm up to, no matter where I am, to just, see the messages coming towards me, and when I can answer them, I answer them, and when I can't, I trust that the people who send them, know that if I can't answer them, I still receive it, and I still receive it with so much love. But yeah, 100%, I'm going to keep answering as many messages as I possibly can and meeting as many faces as I possibly can for as long as I do this.
From the intro part.
Wait, do I need to tune again? Oh no. It goes again?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, one more time. I feel like that doesn't sound right. I do that again.
I think I've just really started to figure out my ideal process. So I live in New York, and my collaborators for this song and for many of my songs live in LA. And so I found my best method and my best ideas come to me in New York, but I find that I flesh them out and finish them the best in LA. So Big Heart, for example, I wrote it March 20th, I believe. I know this because I just checked back. But I wrote the demo of it, the chorus of it, just the chorus of it, March 20th. And then I took it to my producers after hours in June, maybe July. And then we produced it out. We like fleshed out the record. And then I went back to New York. And then from there, mixed, master, and done. And we sent it off. And so I found that I have this bi-coastal process, and that's how it's been working lately. For some of my songs, those little ditties of inspiration, I can give you an example, like one of my songs, Potential, from the moment I had the idea in therapy, because my therapist said, you fall for the potential of people. She's right. To the, actual like conception of the song, and 2-3 iterations in, it was about 6 months. But other times with Big Heart, I had that idea right on the spot, wrote that chorus, and I immediately knew like that was going to become a full song. So again, it's like such a case by case situation.
Does the therapist get writer's credit?
You know what's funny? My therapist she was in the industry for 30 years. And I always tell her, listen, if you want publishing, like she refuses, but I have told her on many occasions, I honor my songwriters. If you want publishing, take it. So not yet, but maybe in the future.
I'll never forget the coffin, the crying, the very last breath. I still hear the sirens and no one saw the quiet tears. Girl with grown-up fear.
I've always said, if I didn't struggle with my mental health, I wouldn't be in music. And if I didn't do music, I would struggle so much more with my mental health. They like truly go hand in hand. And I think the reason I am the musician I am is a big part in, because of my mental health. And I also think one of the big reasons I'm so passionate about mental health is because I've learned so much about it through music. So there's like this really symbiotic relationship. And like anyone, I struggle. Some days are harder than others. But that's what, that falls under the umbrella of mental health. That's what mental health is. And I am actually really proud to be a member of the mental health struggle community, but also an advocate. I think the reason that mental health is such a buzzword right now, no pun intended, buzzword, is that we are finding as a society that there is no amount of money, there's no amount of success, there's no amount of, wealth, clothing, whatever it may be, that makes you immune from struggling with your mental health. If you have a brain, you will at some point experience some type of mental health struggle. It's part of being human. And I really, really deeply believe that no one is excluded in that, no religion, race, color, it doesn't matter what it is, like class, whatever it may be. We all struggle, and I think in that way we're really unified. That's one thing that I believe like every single human being has in common, is that we have a brain and we struggle with that brain in one way or another.
I fall too hard and I break too easy, and I'll come apart when I think you don't need me.
Big Heart will be out August 16th. And I'm going on tour opening for David Kushner, which starts September 9th. And I'm looking at my manager to make sure that's correct. And he is saying that's correct. September 9th, I'm going on tour with David Kushner, and I couldn't be more excited to get back out on stage and on the road with all my favorite people and hopefully see some old fans and hopefully make some new fans. I am easily found if you just search Rosie and then music with 2 C's. You can look that up and my website will come up. You can look up Rosie Music with 2 C's and Instagram, TikTok, X, whatever you may be looking for, Rosie Music with 2 C's. Hi, my name is Rosie and you've just been buzzed.
Love you more than